And we are back and we are live. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Watch Your Mouth Reviews. This is your boy James, where I'm here to give you my honest review while trying to watch my mouth. It's not going to happen in this video, but that's okay. We're going to live to fight another day. Joining me is my co host, Mrs. Besh. I'll say what's up to her.
What's poppin'? Good afternoon and or evening. I hope that y'all like, share, and subscribe. Also, I have not acknowledged James's new subscribers. My apologies. Welcome. He's lit. Enjoy. That is all.
Yes, it's a great time here at the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel where you don't have to watch your mouth at all. I am an oxymoron. At times, I do the things opposite of what most people do. Like, for example, I worked for Starbucks for 7 years, never had an ounce of that coffee.
You ain't missing
Oxymoron.
nothing. It's not that great.
Oxymoron, right? But no, you get a huge discount off that shit. So I used to donate it all the time. But yes, that's what we do here. But welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. I know a lot of you came through either Keywan or Shana, so we appreciate you guys as well for trusting me with my channel and your thoughts, your opinions. We appreciate you all. Welcome, 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 welcome. But while you subscribe to me, also be sure to subscribe to Mrs. Best's channel as well. Any reviews or recaps I do not cover on my channel, we cover on her channel. We do the TLC shows mainly. We just started that. We have 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days, which y'all are not going to want to miss that review tomorrow, I promise you. We have Love Hip Hop Miami. We have the Valley Persian Style, and we're going to do Love After Lockup, which premieres this Friday. We'll give you more details when we know when that video or that live will be. So, with that being said, Shane says she worked at Starbucks and no one told her about the discount. Was it a Starbucks, or was it one of the Starbucks at the airporters? Because they didn't get the discount. The Starbucks in the airport and Starbucks at the Targets and the grocery stores and the Barnes and Nobles did not get the discount. They used to hate us.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They used to hate us. When I tell you, I was at the airport trying to give this lady my discount card. She goes, "What the fuck is this?" And I'm like, "I get a discount." She goes, "Oh no, not at the airport, you don't."
Oh,
I
wow.
said, "Oh, well,
That's
okay then."
crazy.
I know, right? The guy I was seeing at the time, this was 2019. The guy I was seeing at the time, he wanted him a triple grande mocha with no whipped cream, soy. That shit was $12. The most expensive cup of coffee I ever bought in my life. But anyways, that ain't what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 10, episode 14. Episode is called High and Dry. Y'all, this was actually a really good episode. I'm not going to hold y'all. I was entertained and enjoyed it just because so many people had so many others fucked up on this episode. So we're going to get into all of the foolishness. So now, Shannon, girl. We'll talk later. Lord Jesus. Anyways, so we opened up where we left off with the whole eviction conversation. So Angel wanted to know who was talking about her and who was spreading all this gossip. So Wendy opens up and says that her realtor friend said that she was working with Angel, and Angel wanted a property that was 14,000 a month, but was only wanted to pay 1,000. So she wanted the aesthetic of 14,000, but only wanted to pay 1,000 a month in rent. Now I said, now something about the story don't add up, Wendy, because you said 3,000 when you met up with Giselle Nash. Now it's only 1,000. Okay, fine, whatever. Angel says my rich ass was paying $14,000 a month because I can do that. So that realtor is full of shit and she's lying. And I'm gonna have a conversation with her. And the lady's like, "Oh, well, wait, you actually know the realtor?" She goes, "Yeah, I know who she's talking about. I sure do." And she probably was mad because she couldn't find us a property that we wanted. So everyone's kind of looking around and was like, "Oh, okay, so because you know the realtor, could there be truth in what she's saying?" Like everyone's second guessing Angel now at this point. So Stacy was like, "Well, why don't we call the realtor since you know her? Why don't we just give her a call and just confront her about it now?" And Wendy looked at Stacy. She goes, "Oh, just like when we asked you, you wanted to call TJ now." And Stacey said, "Nope, we're not calling TJ. Nope, we're not calling TJ." She goes, "Okay then." And I was actually happy that Wendy did that because even though I agreed with Stacey, it was the wrong person, wrong mess, right message, wrong person. I'll put it like this. So, as the ladies were still sponsoring of this conversation, Angel's like, okay, well, now we have to be mindful. Now we have to have our mindful meditation. And Tia's like, oh, this wasn't the mindful conversation? She goes, no, we are going outside. So, once again, Angel has them sitting in a collective circle while she sits over there like the principal of a high school, just sitting on little stoop there watching them. And the Bianca, the little girl, the lady who was leading the Serenity, she was like, everyone exhale, inhale, exhale, breathe in, be mindful, think of all of the things that you would like to accomplish, think of your intentions, and we're going to go around and say what those intentions are. So pretty much everyone's intentions was the same. Stacey had a slide comment that was funny as hell because Stacey wasn't participating. Stacey said, I did not fly all the way to Colorado. Talk about some damn meaningful conversation and some intentions. So everyone was thanking Angel for inviting them on the trip to Colorado and everything. Giselle said, my intention is that I would like a room with my own bathroom. And baby, that tickled Monique. Monique was laughing so hard. Because it was just so random. It's like, Giselle, come on. Really? Like, come on. So, uh, as the meaningful conversations, the collective circle thing ends, Angel said, okay, well, we're going to go to my house now and we're going to, leave you guys here to get settled and everything. And Monique asked her again, well, why are we at your house? She goes, oh, well, I don't have enough space for everybody. Well, Monique said, well, how many bedrooms do you have? And Angel said, I have 6 bedrooms. And Monique said, okay. And you have 6 bedrooms. Well, she goes, well, Bobby uses one of the bedrooms for his man cave, and then the babies have their own rooms, and then so I only have 2 extra spare rooms. So I invited Kay and then Tia. And Jazzy says, so that's when did you and Tia become so cool? And I was actually on Jazzy's side with this. I was like, right, because that is kind of random that you would pick Tia out of everybody. But okay. I guess Tia is the only person that really hasn't came at her. All the other ladies have come at her at some point, so that's probably why she picked Tia. But Giselle was pissed. Giselle did not want to be in there. So when Angel and Kiarna and Tia leave, Angel was pissed. Angel was like, that is so unprofessional, that realtor. We're definitely going to have a conversation. And Tia's like, yeah, because I'm a realtor and I have NDAs with my clients. But even if I didn't, I would never spread that information. Like, that's so unprofessional. It's so, oh, my goodness. So, Mrs. Best, how did you feel Angel did about, or how did you feel about Angel handling this situation? Do you think she did a great job, or do you think we still are even more confused than when we started? How do you feel about that scene?
I did agree with Stacey. Is business. Call. Call. You got to do something to stand up for yourself. Stacey pulled up her divorce decree to show these women. If she can pull up something as sensitive as a divorce, then I feel like Angel could have called. But at the same time, if you was going to have the attitude of you not going to explain shit to them, then you shouldn't have had them come to Colorado.
I agree.
I don't get the point. Like, I get that while I don't like Ashley and Giselle, and that all of these ladies had Angel messed up at one point to a certain extent, but outside of the eviction situation, they really hadn't done much to her outside of the catfish stuff. And she did look like a catfish, and it is odd to suddenly have to move. But they were more so focused on attacking Stacey than they were Angel. I feel like Angel got so triggered by that eviction comment specifically, because remember at the beginning of this season, I was saying in the lives that I didn't know how to feel about Angel, and I didn't know how to feel about her marriage, because every time she discussed her husband, she discussed his money and what he could do for her, not anything about him. So I can understand why they're looking at things a certain way, and while they may be messy, I'm just like, Angel, if you're gonna shut shit down, then shut shit down. And I just did not feel like she shut shit down, but I knew she wouldn't.
Oh yeah, I knew she wouldn't. I knew she wouldn't either. Like I knew this was going
She
to be
should
one.
have told them verbatim, when you imply that a black woman has been evicted on national television. That's you trying to humiliate me and my family, and I don't appreciate that. That's all she had to say. You know what I'm saying? But it's like she can't speak clearly in the moments it counts. And that's why I don't think she's for TV. Like, she always responds.
She's not quick on her feet with a response. She has to process, and she has to think. As in her confessionals, after she had time to think about it, she's very clear and precise there. But in the moment, she flusters, she does some hand movements, and then she, it's kind of like, yeah, you're not made for TV, sweetie. You're a beautiful lady.
Not. You could see that she's also making the effort to promote her brand. But baby, if you're going to promote your brand, take off that dumbass cowboy hat, get your happy ass on the ground on a mat and participate. If I'm going to lead people in an activity or tell people I want them to see what my outdoorsy, peaceful life is about, I'm going to participate in the things that are that. But instead, she's sitting up there overseeing them like she's a daycare owner or something. And it's very strange.
No, I agree. I probably would be like, if I was on that trip with her, I'd probably like, okay, we need to have a conversation off to the side. Like, why would you bring me here just to be a poor host? Because so far, her hosting skills, which we'll talk about even more in the episode, they have been very poor. I'm sorry. She was a very poor host on this trip. So we get to Angel's Colorado home. This is the first time we're actually getting inside and actually seeing it live on camera. Once she pulls up, Bobby has a coat because it's raining. Bobby has a coat and is leading her inside, and then didn't get the other two ladies. And I'm like, was that moment weird for you? Because I was like, why? What the hell's going on? Like, was there something we missed? Like, why is he bringing her in there?
Because that's what gentlemen do. But my bigger question would be, because anybody that questions the why and why a man would do that for his wife, this is what men should do. It's called chivalry. I know a lot of us don't see it no more, but my husband would absolutely do the same thing for me. The question is, you was in your hometown, Miss Colorado. You didn't check the weather. You don't have the widget on your cell phone, whether it's an iPhone or Android, that tells you the weather. You didn't know it was going to rain. I didn't understand it. And then to me, the part that was incorrect that I did not like, he should have walked his black ass back out there and helped each woman inside.
Yes, that's why I was like, I didn't mind him. It just seemed like she had a stank face when he did it. It was kind of like, oh, he's not going to go back out there and get the other two. That's the problem I had. I didn't have a problem with him doing that with Angel, but I had a problem with him more so not getting the other two ladies. They had to walk themselves in, and it's like, okay, I need you to be better with being the host. We have guests. Like, and to me, I'm kind of a person, and I get this because I'm a man, and I do date other men, but I actually would have expected him to actually walk them in first and then come and get me next, because those are our guests. I'm just that's me. I know that's backwards thinking, but at the end of the day, I'm kind of I'm a nurturer at heart, so I wouldn't want him to come get me first. I actually would want him to get Tia and Kay out the car first and then come get me last.
Then you better vocalize that, because any man that loves they man or they woman is going to go for that person first.
No, I am going to vocalize that because, especially if it's women. Like, you get what I'm saying? On a stamp, I'm still a man at the end of the day, like, regardless if I'm with another man. If you and another one of our girlfriends is in the car with me and it's raining, I'm expecting my man to come get y'all out the car first, because it's ladies first, and then come get me now. Like, I'm just, for me. And yeah, he didn't even hold the door open for them too. I was like, so how did they get in the house?
He didn't care. He didn't give a goddamn. Right. He said, I don't have to be polite to you bitches. He said he here for his wife. It's very clear there's a change in Bobby from the beginning of the season to now. In the beginning of the season, he was more open. But then we have to think the beginning of the season, she was calling him, having meltdowns. Past women and rumors done come up. She done been called a catfish. He probably don't like her. If I call my husband too many times upset by a person, or somebody move funny and I speak about it too many times, trust to believe Mr. Anthony Josiah Herbert is not going to like that person, not going to want to be around them. So I can understand that part. But you're still a man, dude. And they were women. You could have held the door. You could have brought them an umbrella. You could have done anything. But okay, Bobby.
I agree 100%. So we then get an insight to Angel's home. It is beautiful. I will give y'all that. Angel, Bobby, that house is stunning. I love the decor. I love the appliances. I loved everything that I saw. Now I'm going to say that now I thought it would be big. I don't know why I thought that in my mind, but from the outside of it, I thought the house would be bigger. And I felt like the rooms were a lot smaller than I thought they were going to be. Still nice, bigger than what I got, but I just thought it would be bigger. So Tia and Nick K have their own rooms and everything. Yeah, it's crazy. So the ladies are back at the house, and there's no running water. And the only person who had running water was Stacy because she had the master bedroom on the main floor. So everyone's like, what the hell? Why we ain't got no water? And I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I would have been pissed too. I would have been calling everybody. I would have been like, if somebody don't come give me some, you know, something to do with this house, like I need a hotel now at this point because I don't even trust this lady to give me another Airbnb. But the ladies were pissed. Everyone's kind of getting dressed, and they were like, "What the hell's with these accommodations?" And Monique was like, "Yeah, it was hot in my room. I had to like cut everything off." And Giselle's like, "This ain't right, y'all. This ain't right." So the ladies get together and they go over and they have to drive to Angel's house. And on the way, and they're like, "See, we could have got an Airbnb. We could have got this. Look at this. Look at all this. We could have did all this." And I was like, oops. So Jazzy Bestie ass was looking up. She goes, I wonder what Airbnb. So she had found an eight bedroom house that was available. And see, if I was Jazzy, I would have put check in because I wouldn't have went back. I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have went back at all. So the ladies finally get to Angel's house. And Angel is greeting everyone. Ashley brought Angel a crystal, which I thought was a very nice gesture. Angel was very impressed by that, and she actually had a turn of heart. So Angel is introducing them to people because I guess it's a party for everybody. They get to a point where they're around these men, and she's introducing he's successful in this realm, he's successful in that realm, and the men didn't get up. The men just looked at them women like, and it was a very awkward moment. This is best for you awkward looking at this, or is it just because I was like, damn, they're not gonna stand up, shake nobody's hand, nothing. Y'all just gonna sit there.
The way
Shit.
that these women have talked about her and her finances, and knowing the way that Angel explains things, they probably all heard some shit. Now, men, especially black men, especially straight black men, they don't always care for the housewives the way that we would want them to. They just don't. If they watching, it's likely because they watching with their mama, their sister, or their wife. So I feel like they probably already had a feeling about the show being messy. And then Angel is coming and crying and having meltdowns. This was the clear it was very clear that Angel and the friends, they had all been briefed on these women.
Mm-hmm.
None of them looked very happy to see them. And what are they supposed to say? I mean, they could have at least said hello, but
Hello, nice meeting you.
that one with the cigar was killing me though. Because
He
at
was
least
funny.
Angel's friend, the guy there, he gave him a little wave. He gave him something. But it was Bobby's friends, the one with that cigar, just looking at him.
Just looking at him paying dust, the ball head one. I know.
I said, this ain't even your house.
Girl, I was hollering. I said, and they were like, wow, okay. Like, so Angel brings them to a table, and what I will say, y'all, that food looks so good. I was looking at that salmon just marinated in that seasoning. I said, oh, that's the only way I can eat salmon is smoked. I can't eat it no other way. So I said I would have had a ball. And this is another instance where I would have took some food home. The tomahawk steak, the salmon, the cornbread that they kept talking about, I'd have took it all home. See, she wouldn't have to worry about me at all. I'd have been unclassy, as they like to say. So they all sit at the table. And as they're sitting at the table and talking, Giselle brings up that, purposely she had put Tia and Stacy together for one of the relay races when they had their, family event. And Giselle said it looked like you two were getting along and you guys seem to have moved past it. And Stacy said that I didn't have an issue with Tia. I didn't have any problem with her. She felt like she brought Tia around her family, introduced them, and she took it serious. And it felt like Tia was jumping ship to be with the popular girls of the clique when it came to her because it was always coming at her sideways on something that was minuscule or something that wasn't really that big of a deal. And T was like, "No, Stacy, I did like you initially, but I gave you the benefit of the doubt. People were saying you were a liar. People were saying like this, like when you said you didn't know Chris Samuels." And she goes, "Tia, I had already told everybody that I knew him. Like, why are we doing this? Like, I didn't say I never knew that man." So they play a flashback of Stacey saying, "I know him socially. Like I know him." That's what she said. So for them to turn around saying that she didn't know him, it's like y'all are steadily trying to prove to someone to be a liar, and she keep coming back and saying that she's not lying. And then they have receipts that says that she did not say that she didn't know him. So Monique listening, she goes, "Wait, are they talking about the conversation at the party?" And Giselle said, "No, this was before." So Monique's like, "So y'all had a conversation about my ex-husband even before that situation?" She said, "Yeah." So Monique pipes up and she goes, "Well, look, I just want to know who told Chris about the conversation that was poorly edited version back to him. Who told him about that? Because now our lawyers are involved. He is saying that we're going to change the arrangement of our custody agreements." And Stacey said, "Well, I hate that for you. I hate that for you, but I didn't tell him nothing." And Mrs. Best, was I wrong for laughing at Stacey? Because I was hollering when she said, "I hate that for you." Like, I'm sorry, but
No, because here's the thing. You're not gonna bullshit Stacy. And it's amazing to me that none of these women have figured that out yet. She may lie, just like Tia lying about being a royal, Kiana lying about her real relationship. Her real man is either locked up or down under, hiding his identity, pushing something not legal. Giselle, she probably just got little men that she sleep with from time to time. They all lie. Look, Wendy's fraudulent, Karen's a drunk. Angel, I can't even get into her. But everybody on this show lies. So I don't understand why they're trying to make this Stacy thing a big damn deal. Also, you're not gonna sit here and tell me and make it seem like just because this man is saying all of this and doing all of that to you, that has anything to do with me. As Stacy said, I'm sorry for you. But how the fuck does a rumor about Chris Samuels knowing and potentially casually dating Stacy, how does that go and translate into he's trying to adjust our custody agreement? Girl, he was probably already trying to adjust the custody agreement. Court don't work that fast. So I feel like Monique is playing along to get along. She said Candace not back, she'll come back, and now she's going to go along with the majority because, like I keep saying, I think she needs the check.
no, I can definitely understand what you're saying. I thought it was funny because I was laughing. Stacey said, I hate that for you." When she did that head across, "I hate that for you. I'm so sorry that that's happening, but I didn't do it." I was laughing because what else could you tell her? Like, yeah, like if she said she did it, then what the fuck was going to happen? I
Leave
mean,
Stacy alone, Monique. Don't jump on that bandwagon because you
right.
feel yourself under control with Candace.
I'm
And
telling you,
Stacy, I feel like she'll irritate them more than Candace or Mia ever could because
yeah.
she's smart enough and emotionally intelligent enough to stay calm when they want her to flip out and crash out. As she says, here she is and here she rises. That's why I like Stacy.
That's why I like her too. She is who she is, and she ain't changing, and she ain't intimidated by none of y'all. So that's why I like her as well. So, no, Stacy asked Tia, like, "What did I do to you specifically that would cause this animosity towards me?" Like, and she goes, "Oh, good question." She goes, "You just agitate my spirit." And Stacy said, "Well, good, keep it over there."
Basically, Tia could not answer the damn question.
She couldn't.
And I don't think that people expect to be asked a question like that. What did I do to you? And then Stacy got quiet and allowed her to explain. Tia wasn't expecting that. Tia's a pick me.
She is
a freaking pick me. And
this scene right here, if no other scene in this show, y'all, there's a couple scenes where she proved she was a pick me. This scene right here proved to me that you were going along and seeing which way the wind was going to blow and where you would stick. And that's
Yeah.
right up under Giselle. That's exactly what happened. And I don't like that, y'all. This is what actually made me not like Tia anymore. Was this thing right here? Because to me, it felt like you wanted to be a part of the popular girls clique, which was Giselle and Ashley, versus really seeing shit for what it is. Now I get this is in real time, and we've had a TV show to kind of see collectively what Stacey did, but to me, her lying would not affect me in real time at that time either. Like it wouldn't affect me because it's like, okay, she lied, so what? Everybody lied. So you know,
She hasn't lied about anything that would hurt any of the women either. And she
absolutely, that's
hasn't
another.
lied about anything as it relates to like talking with the women. Kind of like how Tia was exposed later on in the episode for telling some lies about Stacey and they'll show a receipt.
Mm-hmm.
Like Stacey ain't told one lie or did anything to Tia. The receipts all look like Tia just got a problem for no doggone reason, which is odd, but
No, it's given
whatever,
she
Tia.
wanted. It's given she wanted to show out in front of Giselle. That's all that shit was to me.
That's why
I'm
that ain't
sorry.
her friend no more. The person she tried to show out for is now the person that she can't trust. And
Yep.
nobody's gonna feel sorry for you. We gonna laugh, just like we used to laugh at Robin.
Yep, exactly. Boom, right there. So as you know, the conversation continued on with Monique. They tried to shift the conversation, about Angel. Monique said, "Yeah, Angel, this is so nice. You're coming with great energy this time." And they go, "Well, this time?" And she go, "Yeah, I like her energy right now. I didn't like her energy before." And she was like, "Oh, okay." And previously speaking, there was another conversation that I forgot to mention where Monique had said that, she understands Angel because she was once in Angel's shoes. Now, I didn't like that Monique did that. That's probably why I didn't mention it because I didn't like it, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about it now since I forgot to mention it earlier. But when they were driving up there, Monique was talking about how, she recognizes some of the behaviors of, Angel and it could be agitated because where she comes from, the men don't do enough. She had to do everything, plan things, be the babysitter, do all these things. She recognizes those same traits with Angel. Now, I don't like that she did that, and I don't like that she said that because for me, y'all, you can't compare something that you've been through that looks similar onto someone else because no matter what, every relationship is different. Every relationship is going to go through something differently. So I did not like that Monique did that. Like I just didn't like that. Mrs. Best, how did you feel about Monique projecting her situation onto Angel and making it like kind of similarities to her marriage versus, you know, Angel and Bobby's actual marriage? Like, how did you feel about that?
I don't like that. If you've ever been married before, if you've never been married before, nobody likes anybody else in their relationship, especially making like declarative assumptions that are negative about the relationship. Not every person that goes through bad things projects, but again, like I said to y'all last season and through much of this season, this is part of why I was not the most excited about Monique coming back. I think Monique as a housewife is overrated. She had one legendary moment with that binder, but other than that, I think she lacks emotional self-control, and she's proving it right here. And now with this, the other thing with Monique is whenever a person speaks about how healed they are and how much they have changed, and it's been less than 15 years, I don't buy it. Be about it. Don't talk about it. So I think Monique is doing what Tia, Kiarna, I think Monique is definitely doing what a lot of the ladies are doing and is finding a way to not like someone that she knows the majority doesn't particularly care for or has an issue with because she just got here. If the other members of the cast were to make these comments on Bobby, fine. But the fact that it's Monique who just got here halfway through the season, has not spent as much time with Angel, has not really gotten to know Angel because she spent most of her time coming in at big events at the end of it and or having sit downs with Giselle. So it's like, how?
Right.
How do you have this opinion when you've not seen this lady around her husband? You weren't on the cast trip seeing her call her husband. How? You seen her with her husband once prior to the trip. So Monique is full of shit. Just because your man was dragging you through the house and you have to look away to have sex and all these other crazy things. That don't mean everybody else is doing that, though I do have my feelings about Angel and Bobby's relationship. I do think there's cracks in it. I don't think it's the healthiest, but it's not for Monique to say.
No, I agree. Moving forward from there, we think I'm gonna continue. Now I gotta bring it back. So now we're still at the table, and Monique is talking about Angel's energy. So Giselle said, "Well, I have a problem as well with the accommodations. I need running water. Like that is not cool that you would stick us in a house and there's no water." And Angel was like, "Oh my gosh, like yeah, I will get on that right away. I had no idea that was gonna happen. I will call the owners and make sure that is fixed." And I was like, "Ugh." It isn't her fault per se. Like it's not her fault per se, but to me, I agree with Giselle. Like to me, that's just out of line.
She's
Um,
supposed to be in wilderness. Colorado's supposed to be your home. So this is somewhere she should have known better because it sounds like the water, it has a switch and it's limited, likely because of elevation and how rural of the area that they were in.
right.
I promise you that the listing probably explained that, or that the owners of the Airbnb probably sent a message explaining it, which they will do. Angel, just admit you didn't give a fuck and you wanted to put them somewhere far away and scary.
Oh, so
I don't
you think that she did this on purpose? Like you
I
think?
do. Absolutely do. There's no way, if you're telling us you want an Airbnb, there is no way that the owners of this Airbnb did not tell you, because they explained, they said there's a switch outside of the house where you go to turn on and do the switch for the water. I grew up camping and doing wildernessy shit. I've stayed in places like that. A lot of time you got to go out in the back and turn on the switch just to get some hot water. You just do. I feel like she did that shit on purpose because they didn't have no reception. They didn't have no water. They said the thermostat was tripping. She had to know. Read a review, girl.
So the ladies are now sitting in a collective circle on the fire because it's now cold. And so Kiana brings up that, maybe they should have a pajama party. Maybe they should all go back to the Airbnb and have a pajama party. And Monique was like, yeah, we should go ahead and do that. That would be fun. And Angel was like, okay, you know what? I need to go check with Bobby to see if that would be okay because he's had the kids all day. I have been running around. So I need to check with him. And Monique's like, okay, you got the kids, girl. He's just being a dad. Angel said, like that. And I laughed at that too. And I said, oh, not you putting your hand up in case. Say, yeah, I know what that hand mean. That hand mean mind your business. Now, I do agree with Angel. Like, they have small children. Angel is still breastfeeding. Yes, she, this is her trip. I totally get it. Like, I totally get that she has to at least ask that, hey, is this okay? Do I need to call somebody to help you? She needs to get that arranged because this is last spare the moment. But I also agree that, you know what, y'all need to have babies with men that are equipped to handle if you need to step away for a night. That's also what y'all need to train these men to do as well. Mrs. Best, how do you feel about that?
She do have a man that was there for her babies when she needed to step away from the night because that's who her kids was with when she went on this trip. That's who her kids seem to be with whenever she's away. I think that these ladies are trying to do everything they can to paint Bobby out to look like he's not a present father and all this stuff, but he is providing this white life for his wife and kids. I don't like how these women are moving. You not gonna ever win questioning a married person consulting with their spouse.
Yep.
Because even if there was no issue or concern about him saying yes or no, you still would have spoke to your spouse to let him know this is what we're doing. I'm not going to be around. The fact that they tried to make that a thing is exactly why these bitches is divorced. Because notice, Giselle loved to blame Pastor Brian's cheating for her divorce, but she don't never want to talk about other stuff that she could have contributed to the demise of her marriage. And with Monique, it's, oh, this and that. He did this. He didn't care for me. He did that. But it's never her fault. This is exactly why they're fucking along.
Okay, yeah, I got you. JJ said you can't hear. You can't hear us? All of us together? Can you hear me now? Because StreamYard do be messing up, y'all. So we're sorry if that's going on. Can y'all let me know in the chat, those of y'all who are here and that are live, can you let me know if you can hear me? Because now I need to go and see on my phone. I need to go to live if that's the case before I continue. That's our reception bars. You think it may be you? Can anyone else hear me? Anybody else in here? I can hear me actually. Okay, let me see. Okay, I can hear me. So yeah. Okay, so it might have just been for a moment. It might be. Okay, so Delightful Dawn says she can hear us. Perfect. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna go continue on. JJ, you may have to leave the live. Okay, no worries, no worries. I just want to make sure everybody can hear me. No worries. So it's okay. We got you. Just go ahead and leave and then come back in. You good? Are you blocked? No, I don't block anybody. I don't even have that power yet. All right. So let's move on, y'all. So the ladies are driving home back to the Airbnb, and y'all can understand there's no light. It's the wilderness. They just have nature. They ain't got electricity running through there all through the power line, so ain't no lights. They was cracking me up because they did look like the Blair Witch Project. It really did. That shit was funny as hell. But it's the next day, and they still don't have no water. So we see Jazzy and Stacy. They're in Stacy's bathroom. They're trying out the water. So they're praying like, Lord, please let us have some water, just please. So they turn it on and the water runs. And Jazzy's like, okay, let me wash my hands real quick. And Stacy's like, yeah, her wash your hands, I can wash mine. She goes, hell, I might need to go wash something else real quick since we ain't got no water. And they're all sitting at the table. And Stacy's like, look, y'all, I tried. I cannot do this. And Giselle said, don't worry, because I'm going to check us out. We're going to go to another accommodation because this ain't going to work for me. Giselle said she had to squat to take a bath and put water on herself and stuff. She said, I can't do that no more. I'm sorry. We are getting new accommodations. And Angel just going to have to just, deal with it. So they tell Jazzy, because she was the only person not down there, she said, Jazzy, we are going to go ahead and get new accommodations. We're not going to stay here any longer after tonight. I can't do this no more. Just okay, let me zip up my suitcase. So Stacy goes to her bathroom because that's where they know they have running water. And the shit turns off again. And she calls the girls in her bathroom. She goes, look, we ain't got no running water once again. And I said, damn, I would lose my fucking mind, y'all. Because if they don't have no running water, I'm sure the plumbing doesn't work either. So, yeah. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So the ladies are getting ready because Angel is surprising them with the trip to Aspen, and they were going somewhere else. I couldn't think of the name off the top of my head. But this is where they're going to go. They're going to take a private jet to go up there. So we see Angel, Kiana, and Tia. They're driving because I guess they're going to meet the ladies at the airport. So she says that she had texted Jazzy, and Jazzy was telling them, about the no running water and everything. And she explains it in the confessional. And then she said Jazzy also told her about what Monique said in the car with her and Stacy. And I said, Jazzy, damn, you messy as hell. I love it. I do because it brings entertainment to the show. But y'all have to watch Jazzy. Jazzy is an informant. Because not you texting Jazzy and Jazzy just give you all the tea, Jazzy with your messy ass. Just messy. But I'm here for it. I'm here. I really am. I'm here for it. You doing your job. You may get that flu next season. Who knows? The other ladies are in the car. It's Monique, Ashley, Wendy, Giselle. Was Stacy wasn't in the car. Okay, Stacy and Jazzy must have been in another car. But they're talking about, Angel and, how she had to talk to Bobby and all this kind of stuff. And they said, be careful talking about Bobby, be careful about that. And she goes, no. And then she goes, I saw her put her hand up when I was telling her, let him get his kids. He a father. That's what he do. She put her hand up. And they said, oh, we didn't see that. We didn't see that. And then in the car with Angel, Angel's like, oh, yeah, I definitely got to talk to Monique because I'm not having this. I'm not having this at all. And I'm just like, Angel, at this point, I give up. But with the eviction thing, you lost. But maybe with Bobby, she might pop up. Mrs. Best, what do you think with Bobby? You think she going to confront Monique about that situation? Because we sure didn't see it if she did.
My bad. I'm cooking. I had to clean my hands.
But
Most women don't play about their husbands. Most women do not play about their husbands. Monique, you know how mad you used to get when people used to say things about Mr. Samuels. So I feel like that will be the thing. But again, Angel, you should have checked that bitch in that moment.
right.
Because why are you questioning how me and my husband that I'm still married with parent our children that you don't know? Angel needs to go. She's not for reality TV.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think Jazzy is messy for bringing that shit back to Angel the way she did?
No, Jazzy's on the show and she's doing her job. She's doing her job. I can't get mad at Jazzy. I don't like Jazzy because, you know, she's not really forthright with her own situation. But I also think you're not a full-time housewife, so that's fine. But be messy. That's what messy. Look at Marlo back in the day. Messiest
True.
friend ever. So do you, Jazzy? Because the rest of these hoes, they want to pile up on one person. At least Jazzy is an equal opportunity mess disher outer. So I'm not mad.
I'm not mad either. I wasn't mad at Jazzy at all. I do think she messy, but I love, as I said, I love it. I love the best. Keep the best going because that's going to bring entertainment to the show. Now, Jazzy, I want to say this though. Because you being messy, we need more. If you going to come on this show, somebody need to be messy with you too. I'm just saying. Because you show to keep that shit tight-lipped over there. We don't know nothing about you. So just saying. She's going to say something. There was a preview screen before the season. Oh, okay. Well, then, hey. I hope it's better than that eviction shit, because to me, I felt like Angel wasn't bad enough for me. She just wasn't. Like, I don't care if the shit was true or not. I don't care if I did get evicted or not. I'm going the fuck off, because how dare you come to some shit I booked and tell me I got evicted and trying to stun me in my own home. No, it ain't gonna happen. Get your ass out. Because I told Giselle actually would have been gone in the first place if it were me. I told them to get their shit and get to stepping. Like Stacey said, toodle do. Because I'm not gonna play with you two. I'm just not gonna do it. Y'all can get your own Uber. Don't sign out that Wi-Fi. That's all.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't have let Giselle and Ashley come to my home. You could see from their face when they actually saw her home, they were like, oh shit. Because her home is bigger and better than every single cast member on this show's home. Yep. Rented or owned. So I think that this is a cast just full of, not to get all deep, I feel like it's a problem in the Black community. Sometimes we're too hateful against each other. I feel like Giselle, Ashley, and Wendy all fall into that to a certain extent. But Angel, they're in your shit, your house. When people disrespect you, I need you to check them appropriately. If there's nowhere else in the world that you are allowed to read these bitches for filth when you've sensed any ounce of disrespect, it's in your own motherfucking house.
Yep.
It just is. Because the rent is too motherfucking expensive all over America for anybody to come in my shit and disrespect me or throw shade.
Right.
You're not going to do that. I'll put your ass out in the sun. You don't need to be here. You can walk your ass home, figure out an Uber, all of that. So I'm looking at Angel like, oh, you either really weak or you just really not for television.
I mean, it could be a matter of both. I don't know. I just feel like she's had time. Her interviews and stuff, you would have thought she was the reader of the century. But when anything, she showed us slow at processing what's being thrown at her, because I'm like, damn, you're not going to say nothing? You're not going to get back at nothing? You're just going to let them do this? Okay, fine. Okay, fine. If that's how you want to do it, it just couldn't be my Black ass. That's all I know. But anyways, that was it, y'all. That was the episode. It was a really good, as I said, it was a really good episode. They had Angel fucked up, though. They really did at a lot of times. They had Stacey fucked up too, Tia. I cannot believe you, but okay, it is what it is. You gonna see. If you ask back next season, you gonna see. Giselle and Ashley ain't your friend. Because best believe you next. And that marriage is too. They're gonna start talking about your shit. Watch you, because you thinking
yeah. The moment that they see the audience reception, that's why if you peep, Giselle and Ashley ain't done too many interviews. They ain't spoke out on a lot. Giselle more so has, because she has Reasonably Shady. But Ashley ain't done not a damn interview really since then. She was also booed at BravoCon, which I love. Ashley just, I can't see people warming up to what they've been doing on this show. So they'll switch targets. They'll have to, because they always listen to fan reception.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, I 100% agree with that. So like I said, it is what it is. But Angel, you need a backbone, and Tia, I can't wait for your turn next season. That's all I'm gonna say because they gonna get your ass. And don't be crying at Stacy when they do. Stacy, tell her to toodle doo again if she comes to you after she just said they jumped on her because she tried to tell your stupid ass. But it is what it is. All right. So that was pretty much the live, you guys. We had a great time. Once again, this was a great episode. They're starting to bring it slowly but surely. Um, the next live that I will have is Real Housewives of Salt Lake City reunion part 1. That will be Wednesday. We will be live on Mrs. Best channel tomorrow for 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. And then we're going to do episode 2 of the Valley Persian style. So we have those 2 lives tomorrow. So you guys be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate you. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay gang. Thank y'all for being here. I love you guys. Thank you once again, and have a great rest of your night, guys. Bye-bye.